spanning the country to give you the constant variety of football. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. The human drama of the USL Championship playoffs is played out right here during the conference semifinals right here on Soccer Night in Detroit.
Hello everyone, my name is Mad Cat, and I'm a certified USL sicko. Yeah, despite the fact that Detroit City FC is not playing in the playoffs anymore, thanks to that frustrating penalty kick session against Tampa Bay last Saturday night at Keyworth Stadium, there are still playoffs to be played. Still 4 games to be played this week. We're going to break them down. We're going to break down all 4 of those games here as we give you a little taste of the excitement that is known as the USL playoffs here. Let's start things off at Lynn Family Stadium, where the top seed, Louisville City FC, we're going to try to do what no USL team has done since 2022. Well, it's been a couple years, but very few teams have been able to do it. Capitalize by winning the Players' Shield and earn a spot to win a championship in the USL Championship. So they go into this game winners of the previous week. They defeated North Carolina FC in the first round of the playoffs, and they brought in Rhode Island FC. Now, Rhode Island is responsible for Lou City's only loss at Lynn Family Stadium this year. The last time these two teams met was the last time that these two teams met was a 5-2 victory by Rhode Island at Lynn Family on June 22nd. Would fate, shall we say, show itself up again for Lou City against Rhode Island FC? Well, 9 minutes into the contest, J.J. Williams, off an assist from Frank Nadarcy, put Rhode Island in the lead by a score of 1-0. The two teams would go into the half at that score. Lou City made some wholesale changes. Philip Goodwin, Jake Morris, Manny Perez coming in to try to, let's just say, pump up the offense for Lou City and go on an attacking style. However, J.J. Williams would rear his ugly head once again on the home side, scoring his second goal of the night, making it 2-0, and it seemed like an insurmountable task for Lou City to even try to make a comeback, even with all the substitutions that they made offensively to try to even things up, more or less, try to play their game. But it was really to no avail. Penalty occurred in the 90th minute occurred in the 92nd minute in stoppage time. North Fusion went up to the spot. He missed the penalty. However, a rebound by Albert Dequa just pretty much ended the night for Lou City. They had another chance, a penalty in the 97th minute of play, 7th minute of stoppage time. Sean Tosh went to the spot. He was stopped by the goalkeeper. Lou City gets shut out by Rhode Island FC by the score of 3-0. The first year expansion side moves on to the Eastern Conference Finals, and great job. I mean, this is a team that pretty much, broke the bank as far as getting players go. J.J. Williams, as I mentioned, Albert Dequa, the Golden Boot from last year, another key acquisition for them. A great effort by Rhode Island in Lim family last night, and it turned out, a dominating performance there. Offensively, a little bit, although the ball possession did not seem that way. 46 for Rhode Island, 54 for Louisville. Total shots, 14. Wasn't like Louisville wasn't trying. They were trying all night to try to get back, but great job by the keeper for Rhode Island, Cookie Vegas. Just was phenomenal in that last night. That back line of Nadarzi, Stoneman, Yao, Duggan, and Quizera pretty much kept the Lou City at bay last night. And like I said, it wasn't for them trying. They had so many chances in that game to, basically just shut things down. Let's go over the stats of that one. 14 total shots for Louisville compared to 11. 5 shots on target for Rhode Island now, over 4. 3 big chances they had the more of the big chances last night. 9 corners for Lou City. None of them to no avail on most of that tonight or last night. Go over the shot chart. 5 block shots by Lou City compared to 3 for Rhode Island. Shots inside the box, 9 of them for Lou City compared to 7 shots outside the box, 5 to 4. Like I said, it wasn't for the lack of trying. I mean, Lou City tried all night to equalize things, and it, like I said, to no avail, and thus they are eliminated from the playoffs. They fall into the category of those that have won the Players' Shield but failed to cash in on that Players' Shield. As I mentioned, the last team to do that, the 2022 San Antonio SC squad that did the USL treble, which was winning the Players' Shield, winning the Western Conference, and winning the USL championships. So, bye-bye to Lou City. We traveled to New Mexico, where the other 1 seed was taking on another upset team that's got a lot of cash flow in there finally, thanks to Javi Batista, Joey Bats, as everybody knows. Las Vegas came in there, and it was a tight matchup all night long. And let's go over the ball possession. Las Vegas controlled that game, 66% ball possession. However, whenever the New Mexico United had that ball, they were shooting at net all night long. 19 total shots for New Mexico United, 7 shots on target, 3 big chances, 8 corner kicks for the yellow and black down in Albuquerque, down at the lab. And it was, I mean, even though the possession arrow went Las Vegas's way, it happened to go, like I said, more shot attempts were made by New Mexico. One of those 6 shots ended up being the game winner of the match. This occurred in the 86th minute of play. Pretty much a broken play, and New Mexico took advantage, or Las Vegas took advantage of it. Corey Bennett puts it in the back of the net, an assist by Christian Pinzon, And Las Vegas holds on to win by a score of 1-0, eliminating the top seed in the West. So both top seeds in the USL Championship playoffs fall. And it opened the door, it opened the door for a couple other teams, and we'll mention those in a little bit here. But Las Vegas, first time in the playoffs for that squad, and they are going to the Western Conference Final next week. So who will they be playing in the Western Conference Final? We'll go on with that a little later. So let's go to the third game of the exciting conference semifinal round in the USL Championship playoffs. Let's travel down to Charleston. Charleston Battery now hold the key. Basically, that now everybody will be going through Charleston in order to get to a USL Championship. So, and were they to hold serve in that case? So, Tampa Bay made it rough. Manuel Arteaga scoring in the 30th minute off an assist by Cal Jennings put Tampa Bay in the lead by a score of 1-0. They would take that lead in the halftime, but 5 minutes into the second half, that man again, the most prolific season goal scorer in USL Championship history, Nick Marcanic, on an assist by Chris Allen, heads it into the net, tying things up at 1 apiece. But it seemed like that these two teams were going to go right down to the wire, and this thing was going to go down to stoppage time again. And of course, you know what happened in stoppage time the last time Tampa Bay got into that situation last week, as a matter of fact, at Keyworth. But a little play, 83rd minute of play, foul committed just outside the box, set up a free kick situation, or a free kick situation for Charleston Battery. Aaron Malloy connects it on a golazo, putting Charleston up by a score of 2-1. They would hold on to that victory and move on to the Eastern Conference Final, taking on Rhode Island next week. Ball possession in that game, it was clearly Charleston dominating as far as the possession goes, and they were peppering Jordan Farr on net for Tampa Bay. 25 shots to 11 shots on target to 2 as far as that goes. Let's see here. We'll go over more of the stats here. We'll go over, let's see. Two big chances for Charleston compared to 1. Let's see. The 9 corners on the day for Charleston Battery. So it was like they had their chances. It was just a matter of time before they would connect on those chances. And of course, Mark Hennick and Aaron Malloy delivered on call. Let's take a look at the shots and how they, how it broke down as far as that goes. 16 shots inside the box for Charleston compared to 9 inside the box for the Rowdies today. And it was just I wouldn't say total domination, as far as that goes, but both teams, just had their chances. Charleston ended up capitalizing on theirs. Thus, they move on. Another story to come out of that game: Jordan Farr got. There was an announcement just not that long after the match ended that he will be going to DC United. DC United agreed to terms to pick him up. So Jordan Farr is now a member of DC United. props to him as far as that goes. And he's been a great goaltender, and in the USL Championship, Tampa Bay will definitely miss him going forward, as you know. And Mike Pendleton, Fat Seven Deuce on Twitter, and also Blue Sky posted that this afternoon as well. So, like I said, it was just it was just pouring salt into the wound for those Rowdies fans after such a rough time that they've had in the last month or so. Of course, with all the hurricanes going on and whatnot. So it's just been a rough time for them, and then to add that salt in the wound, losing your top goalkeeper into as he's moving up into the in the echelon in soccer there. So tough break there. So unfortunately, so now Tampa Bay is going to have to be looking to find themselves someone that will be able to replace Jordan Farr in the goalkeeper spot for next year. So lots of changes going down in Tampa Bay at this point. Last game of the night or the last game of the weekend occurred at Widener Field in Colorado Springs. It was a battle between Orange County SC and the Switchbacks. Things got going rather early. A mistake by the goalkeeper Herrera led to a goal by one Ethan Zubak to put Orange County in the lead by a score of 1-0. Then Zach Zandy answered 6 minutes later on an assist by Devin Williams, evening things up at one apiece. The two sides would continue this way up until the end of regulation time, and they would ended up going into extra time after the first 15 minutes of play. It ended up, the two sides were even until a corner in the 105th or the first minute of stoppage time in extra time. Zachary Zandy, off a rebound, finds right place, right time, boom, back of the net, assisted by Justin Dillon, and Colorado Springs moves up 2-1. They would hold on for the next 15 minutes and move on to host the Western Conference Final against Las Vegas Lights next week at Widener Field. So the Final Four is set in the USL Championship playoffs. As you can see, Colorado will be hosting against Las Vegas Lights, and in the Eastern Conference, Charleston will be hosting Rhode Island. Both those games, we haven't heard an announcement of times and dates as of yet. So look to the USL Championship website on Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever it is, and Facebook, all the usual outlets, and you'll find out what's going on there. But a very exciting weekend of soccer. I mean, despite Detroit City not being in it, it was still a great weekend of soccer. And it goes on. We got two great semifinal games coming up next weekend. Obviously, Charleston trying to get a little retribution for getting down the penalty kicks last year in the championship final against Phoenix Rising and ended up losing out. They want to finish the job this year. Rhode Island in their first year making some noise. They didn't spend all that money for nothing. Obviously, they found themselves a bid in the Eastern Conference Final, and then you got the Switchbacks. I mean, we beat them the first game of the year, and turns out, we ended up beating now possibly could be a Western Conference champion, but not so fast. The Las Vegas Lights have been a very strong team this year and a totally different team. They're making their first run in the playoffs, and they've made it thus far to the conference finals. So two great conference finals going to be happening next week. Not sure what the start times and the dates will be. We'll find out during the week, and we'll do this all over again next week. Get a review going as far as both conference finals are concerned. Hopefully, they're on the same day. That'd be nice. I'd like to see that. Both those games on the same day, and then we'll review from there. So that's it for now, and not much Detroit City news to tell you about at this point. So once we find out more, city news down the pipe, make sure to give it to you on the musings and whatnot as we go. But thank you for tuning in to this special edition of Soccer Night in Detroit, reviewing all the action in the USL Championship playoffs. A very exciting weekend of football that went on in the league this weekend. And we'll see you again next week with a recap of the conference finals and a little bit of a preview of what the USL Championship final is going to look like on November 23rd. Until then, keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the galaxy.